You've heard the horror stories, winners who blew it all and ended up worse off than before. But this video is about the other kind. The ones who took a windfall and turned it into something that lasted, grew, and changed their families for generations. These are 15 lottery winners who did the smartest possible things with their money and stay until number one, because he didn't just protect his fortune, he set out to multiply it into $1 billion. Here's the thread that ties them all together. Not one of them treated the money like a prize. They treated it like a tool. Watch what they built with it. Number 15, Robert Salo. When Robert scratched his ticket, he didn't win a giant lump sum, he won $1,000 a week for life. A slow, steady stream instead of one big check. And he did something almost no winner does with it. He invested in himself. He used the money to put himself through college and became an electrical engineer, locking in a career that pays long after the lottery checks stop. He didn't just win money, he bought himself a future. But the next winner turned an even smaller prize into a paycheck for life. Number 14, Yancey Hicks. Yancey had worked at McDonald's for over a decade when he won $1 million. Most people would walk out the door and never look back. Yancey saw it differently. He understood the fast food business better than anyone, so he used his winnings to buy a Subway franchise, turning a one-time windfall into a steady, lasting income he controls. He didn't spend the money, he hired it. And the next winner proved you don't need to make noise to make it last. Number 13, Manuel Franco. Manuel was a young man from Wisconsin when he won a $768 million Powerball jackpot, one of the youngest mega winners in history. And then he practically vanished. No flashy spending, no headlines, no chaos. He quietly placed his fortune into long-term investments and disappeared from public view to let it grow. While most young winners burn out fast, Manuel chose discipline over noise. But the next winner turned a modest prize into a business that's still running today. Number 12, Mark Brudenell. Mark was a chemical tanker driver, and his wife Cheryl managed a bakery when they won around 900,000 pounds back in 1997. Not a life-changing fortune by lottery standards, but enough if you're smart. Instead of blowing it, they combined his work experience with her management skills and started a double glazing company. That business ran successfully for more than 13 years and kept them comfortable long after the win. They turned a modest prize into a lasting machine. And the next winner did it at just 21. Number 11, Tim Schultz. When Tim won $28 million at 21 years old, he was exactly the kind of winner you'd expect to crash and burn. Young, suddenly rich, no experience. He did the opposite. He sat down with financial advisors, invested across stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, and built a disciplined budget he still follows to this day. Decades later, he's still wealthy and still grounded. He understood early that money vanishes faster than it arrives unless you build a system to hold it. The next winner built something that protects not just himself, but the land itself. Number 10, Neil Wanless. Neil was a broke rancher from South Dakota who bought a Powerball ticket with his last few dollars in 2009 and won $232 million. But instead of private jets and mansions, he did something nobody expected. He bought 50,000 acres of rugged land and turned it into a working cattle ranch, now worth over $40 million. And he manages it himself with his own hands. He didn't buy a lifestyle. He bought a productive asset and went to work on it. The next winner thought even further ahead, generations ahead. Number 9, Louise White. Louise was in her 80s when she won $210 million. Instead of spending it on herself, she thought generations ahead. She set up a family trust named the Rainbow Sherbet Trust After the dessert, she ate the night she bought the ticket, designed to protect and provide for her family long after she was gone. And through all of it, she stayed in her same modest home. She didn't buy a lifestyle. She built a legacy. The next winner assembled an entire team before she touched a dollar. Number 8, Laren West. Laren won a $343 million share of a Mega Millions jackpot in Iowa. Before she spent a cent, she hired a professional wealth manager to guide every move. She set up college funds for her grandchildren, planned carefully for her family, and founded a charitable foundation in honor of her late grandson. She didn't react to the money. She built a structure around it first, then made her decisions from inside that safety net. The next couple quietly turned $500 million into a real estate portfolio. Number 7, John and Lisa Robinson. When this Tennessee couple won a $528 million share of a historic Powerball jackpot, the cameras expected chaos. Instead, they got quiet and got smart. They took their lump sum and invested heavily in real estate, a lakeside estate, plus several other properties, building tangible, lasting wealth instead of burning through cash. They kept their circle small and let the assets do the work. The next winner turned her prize into a business built on a lifelong passion. Number 6, Cynthia Stafford. After Cynthia won $112 million, she didn't disappear into luxury. She invested heavily in real estate for steady, long-term returns. And then she funded a lifelong dream, launching her own film production company, Queen Nefertiti Productions. Within a few years, it was financing multiple feature films a year. She used the windfall to buy something most people never get, the freedom to build the career she actually wanted. And the next winner built not one business, but a whole chain of them. Number 5, Jason Fry. When Jason won $14 million in Florida, he allowed himself a short celebration and then he got to work. He bought a golf driving range that brings in hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and opened a string of Batteries Plus franchises across the state. What started as a single lucky ticket became a network of businesses that keep earning year after year. He didn't rely on luck to stay rich. He went out and manufactured more of it. But the next winner may have made the single smartest reinvestment on this entire list. Number 4, Peter Lavery. Peter was a bus driver in Belfast, earning under 250 pounds a week when he won 10.2 million pounds in 1996. He could have coasted forever. Instead, he poured his winnings, quite literally, into whiskey, partnering with a distillery to launch the Danny Boy brand. Then he kept going, building a property portfolio of more than 30 buildings across Northern Ireland. Today, his fortune is worth far more than triple his original jackpot. A bus driver became a whiskey baron and a property mogul, all on patience and strategy. And the next winner did it on the biggest scale anyone ever has. Number 3, Edwin Castro. In 2022, Edwin won the largest lottery prize in history, a $2.04 billion Powerball jackpot. And instead of letting it sit, he went straight to building an empire. He bought multiple luxury properties across California, added rare vintage cars to his portfolio, and began flipping high-end real estate for profit. Every move was strategic, turning the biggest windfall ever won into a growing machine. While so many billion-dollar winners vanish into chaos, Edwin played the long game and kept winning. But the next winner proved the smartest move is not always the flashiest. Number 2, Sue Herdman. Sue was a hairdresser when she won 1.2 million pounds, and she made one of the most unexpected investments of any winner ever. She sold her salon and bought a pig farm. Today, that farm raises over 7,000 pigs, with nearly 1,000 piglets born every week, generating steady income year after year. While other winners chased glamour, Sue traded her scissors for muddy boots and built a thriving business from the ground up. Real wealth, she proved, isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it's grounded in grit. And finally, the winner who didn't just keep his fortune, he tried to turn it into $1 billion. Number 1, Brad Duke. In 2005, Brad won a $220 million Powerball jackpot in Idaho. And what he did next is a masterclass. He didn't rush. He spent his first weeks studying what had happened to other big winners, learning from their mistakes before he made a single move. Then he assembled a team of financial experts and went to work investing in oil and gas, in real estate, in low-risk bonds, and in businesses. And he set himself a goal almost no winner dares to grow his fortune into $1 billion. He treated winning the lottery not as the finish line, but as the starting capital for something far bigger. That's the difference between the winners who fade and the winners who last. So what really separates these 15 from the ones who lost it all? It isn't luck. They all got that part the same way. It's that they saw the money for what it actually was. Not a prize to spend, but a tool to build with. They hired the right people. They invested instead of splurged. They turned a one-time windfall into something that earns, protects, and grows. And that's a choice anyone can make, long before they ever win a dime. So here's my question for you. If your numbers came up tomorrow, what's the first smart move you'd make? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And if you believe your win is on its way, subscribe to the Jackpot Oracle and watch for the signs, because we believe the universe is already lining yours up. See you in the next one.